Hi folks, I'm Dr. Ed Beyer. I'm making a series of videos on a topic I'm very, very excited about. It's kind of a dream child that my wife and I have had for a few years now, and that is opening up our own yoga studio called Vibe Yoga Room in our clinic here in Tinley Park. Now I want to share with you some reasons why we decided to do this. You know, there's so much to yoga that is so beneficial, not just for stretching our muscles, but beneficial for people with chronic illness. And I'm going to explain the why today. One of the things, the most common complaint that I hear in my clinic where we practice functional neurology and functional medicine is depression. Now folks, depression can be for many, many reasons, but essentially what depression is when the frontal lobes, the executive part of our brain, stop functioning. They fatigue. And we're going to go into how yoga really, really helps with that. So reason number one why we decided to open up our yoga studio, Vibe Yoga Studio in Tinley Park, is relief of depression. Now, chronically sick people, no matter what the problem is, whether it's a thyroid condition or a digestive condition or an autoimmune condition, it doesn't really matter. They're going to have energy shortage, okay? They're going to have underlying metabolic problems. And the word metabolism means converting our food or what we drink into energy. Now 30% of our energy goes to our brain. So the bottom line is people with chronic illness have neurological decline or low brain energy. So all chronic illness leads to neurological decline. Neurological decline of the brain's frontal lobes is where, those are the executive areas of our brain that make up our personality, gives us motivation, problem solving, the interaction with other people, sociality. All of that occurs in the frontal lobes. That's what happens when the frontal lobes decline, we get into a depressive state. Now some of the symptoms of depression are brain fog, lack of motivation, social isolation, insomnia, restlessness, loss of interest, guilt, hopelessness, anxiety, apathy, sadness, mood swings, and on and on. So these are the symptoms of depression. Now you can talk to people who have done yoga and they will all tell you what it does to their brain. I know I'm new at yoga. My wife's kind of a pro at it, but I know when I get done doing yoga, even though I'm not really good at it, my brain feels really, really good. I mean, I feel really relaxed, and there's reasons for that. And here they are. The beauty of yoga is that when we're doing yoga, we are either in a static or a moving posture, and it's going from one different position to the next. And there's a lot of new movements to yoga that, especially if you're new to yoga, or even if you're in advanced yoga and you do learn different postures, the brain likes that. And then we repeat the postures. Now what this does is whenever we change or whenever we use joints and muscles in our body, there's little receptors in these joints and in our muscles. And these receptors get activated during these static, dynamic, and new and repeated postures. And that is sensory information from our muscles and our joints travels to our brain, especially to the frontal lobes, and it activates them. And so static, dynamic, novel, and repeated postures sends a barrage of sensory input into the brain, especially to the frontal lobes, and it wakes them up and it activates them. And that is a really, really good thing for someone who's suffering from depression or any kind of mood disorder. Activated frontal lobes via yoga. What literally happens in the neurons is you form reconnections between the neurons. That's a concept called neuroplasticity. And these reconnections, a connected brain is a healthy brain. You're going to have the production or increased number of mitochondria, which are the organelles in our neurons and in all of our cells that produce energy. And when you do yoga, you increase what's known as brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and these are proteins in our brain that make our brain very, very healthy. Frontal lobe activation allows us to be the best version of self. You can talk to anyone who's done yoga. They get addicted to it in a good way. It's a very, very good activity for not only your body, but your brain. Better thought process, conquers depression, motivation, you become more decisive, you're more organized, you have more of a gratitude and appreciation. You start to see life as if the glass is half full and not half empty. Better frontal lobes, better life. I'm Dr. Ed Beyer. Hope that helps. Have a great day.